I was a supply clerk, and 68 to 70 is when I was in. Part of 69 and part of 70 is when I was in Vietnam. I'd been trying since 2010 in Chicago to get the VA to recognize me, and to no avail. I moved down to Georgia in 2015, and I went to the VA, and I was told they have no record of me even being signed in Chicago. Previous to this, I also found out that all my records were burned in a fire in St. Louis sometime in the 70s. I re-signed up with the VA 2015 and continued to try on my own. I contacted the American Legion House, and I talked to a VSO there, and I had hooked up with a VSO in Chicago, and he said he couldn't find any record of me being over there, and sounded like he didn't believe me himself. So when I moved down to Georgia, I was kind of not thinking of getting any help, just trying it on my own. And I told this to the guy at the American Legion, and he's the one that told me that there's a couple of different places online. Some of them charge, some of them don't, but they pretty much are going to work. So Trajector was the first one in line. So I called up, and they said if they don't get me anything, it's not going to cost anything. That sounded like a pretty good deal to me, because I don't mind paying for something that I get. I sent a letter of intent September or October of 2023, which is when I called Trajector. Then you guys started sending me to all these for assessment. They finally, I think it was last month or the month before, they gave me 40%, which I was thrilled. After a while, I got 40%. I got 40% for my hearing, which is only one thing of a list of 20 things. So I was thrilled to death. You guys billed me, and I came up with a 3-month plan, and I paid the second month. And before it was time to pay the third month, the VA upped me to 70%, to which I called Trajector back, and I made the third payment, which paid off the 40%. And then I just paid the upcharge to 70% all at the same time. I'm retired, and the only income I have is Social Security. So the addition from the VA, I'm a rich man now. Without Trajector, maybe one of these other companies would have done this, maybe not. But every time I talked to them on the phone, you guys were polite, knowledgeable. When they called me for the assessment appointments, they always gave me a choice. So I got nothing but good stuff to say. Like I say, without Trajector, I don't know if I would have got this far or not. I was looking to get 30%. So 70%, I'm like over double happy. You've got absolutely nothing to lose, because if Trajector doesn't get you anything, they don't charge you anything.